Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am the facilitator for this session. We are really excited to have you here today and have some wonderful panelists for you to listen to as well. If you have questions about how to answer questions or how to ask questions, you can do that with the Q&A button. Please make sure that your camera and your microphones are off. And you can also follow this website right here to sign up for more sessions if you're interested in doing that. And then also recordings will be available as well through oacac.org. Thank you for joining us. After everything is complete, you'll receive a small survey. If you wouldn't mind filling out that survey for us, that would be wonderful. Just keep in mind that the recording of the session will also be available, but I'm going to go ahead and hand things over.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate everybody and joining us this evening. We have a really great presentation and panel scheduled for you called Finding Your Fit. Again, just as a reminder, feel free to put any questions that you have in that Q&A box down at the bottom of your screen, and we'll make sure to answer those throughout the presentation. And then we'll definitely have some time at the end of the presentation as well to help answer some of your questions that you have afterward. So for today's presentation of Finding Your Fit, we have 3 really great colleges and universities that are lined up for you. So our first one is the one that I am representing, Sinclair Community College. We are a 2-year community college. We also have the University of Dayton, which is a 4-year private university, and then Wright State University, which is a 4-year public university. 3 really, really great schools, 3 different schools as well, and we'll dive into some of those details and how we differ in terms of application information, program size, all of that info. So as I had mentioned, my name is Justin. I'm an admissions counselor in our Office of Admissions at Sinclair Community College. The territory that I am in charge of is north and east of Dayton out to Columbus, but I'm also there as a point of contact really for any students as you have questions throughout the enrollment process.
Hi everyone, my name is Shara Thomas. I'm financial aid counselor at the University of Dayton, Office of Recruitment and Admission. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I cover the Dayton area as well as other counties, Montgomery County, Greene, all the above. So just let me know what you need.
Hi everyone, I am Marquita Mans, Assistant Director of Undergrad Admissions at Wright State University. Thank you so very much for attending our session. We are so very happy to present to you today. My information is here, all of our information is here. Please feel free to use your phone, your cameras, take pictures, take our information. I do currently recruit here at Wright State, the counties Butler, Clark, Greene, and Montgomery.
So one of the first topics that we'll kind of talk about is difference in students, total number of student size, and then programs. So here at Sinclair, we have more than 30,000 undergraduate students, and that's because we serve a wide variety of different populations, different types of students. We do have a lot of students that might be part-time, that are working full-time jobs during the day. We also have a lot of students that are coming directly from high school, or students that have never been to college before and they're adults. It's been a little while since they've been to high school, and so we do serve a wide variety of students. We have 5 locations. We have our Dayton, which is our main campus, but then we also have locations in Huber Heights, Inglewood, Centerville, and then if we have any students today that are here from the Cincinnati area, we also have our Mason location as well. We have programs that can be completed entirely at some of our locations, and we have students who will take classes on our Dayton campus, but then also at some of our other regional locations because it's just closer to home. So we have a lot of that flexibility for you. We also offer more than close to 300 different programs, everything from short-term certificates that you can complete in as little as 8 weeks or 1 semester, all the way up to associate degrees. And we also offer 2 of our very first bachelor's degrees as well in unmanned aerial systems and in aviation technology. We have programs in the fields of business and public services, health sciences, liberal arts, communications, and then engineering degrees as well. So anything from if you want to go to the police academy, or if you want to become a chef and get involved in culinary arts, to nursing degrees. And then we actually have the only Tesla training location in the Midwest as well, for any students that might be interested in automotive related programs.
At the University of Dayton, we have 8,000 undergraduate students. So that means you're going to get the best of both worlds. You'll have the same opportunities that you'll get at a larger school, but you'll also have that one-on-one connection that you get at a smaller school. So we're going to give you the best of both worlds, state-of-the-art facilities, lots of things that you can become active in, studying abroad. I mean, the sky's the limit. There's just so many great things that you can do with having the best of both worlds. We have over 142 majors. Oftentimes students will have a double major or a major and a minor, or a major and a double minor. So it's very flexible with some of your interests. We even have certificate programs. So as you can tell, we have 80 undergraduate programs, 50 master's program. We even have a bachelor's plus a master's program in business, if that's something that you're interested in. We also have doctoral programs. We're known for our School of Business, as well as engineering, education and health sciences, and the arts and science program as well.
So for Wright State University, we're not too small, not too large, we're just right, pun intended. We currently have over 13,000 undergraduate students. Our campus sits on 557 acres, that's for our main campus. We also have a branch campus, which is the Lake Campus. It's in Salina, Ohio. We currently have over 140 undergraduate programs, majors, minors in different categories. So we have those business programs. We have education, engineering, liberal arts, performing art programs. We have nursing, science, and math. We even offer pre-health. So if students are wanting to go into pre-dentistry, pre-vet, pre-med, we offer all of those opportunities. We have the graduate school, we have the master's program, doctoral programs. We do have the Boonshaw School of Medicine and also our School of Professional Psychology.
All right, so one of the, obviously one of the more important pieces of information to keep in mind when you're deciding where to go to school is what the application looks like, important required admission documents, how to submit all of that information. As we were preparing the presentation for today, one of the things that we like to say is that we're all free, so you might as well apply to all 3. And we do offer a free application for students. We really pride ourselves on that accessibility. So that's just something important to keep in mind. You can fill out our online application now for next fall. So if you are a high school senior thinking about attending in the fall of 2021, you can get that out of the way. We are a test optional school as well, which means we do not require ACT or SAT score information to be accepted into the university. Our 2 requirements, or our 1 requirement, is that you have at least a high school diploma or a GED, and our application is available online at apply.sinclair.edu.
All right, I will go. It's Wright State. We definitely have our application available right here, right now at Wright State. Students can apply as early as today for Wright State. There's no application fee, free of charge, which is mentioned. We are also test optional. What that means for us at Wright State is that if a student has at least a 2.5 GPA, the student has the Ohio core curriculum, the student will be admitted into Wright State. For any student has a 2.49 down to a 2.0 GPA, we need the Ohio core. We also need the 7th semester transcript. So it's just an additional review process for those students. We have 2 applications. We have our institutional app. Just go to our website, wright.edu/apply. We are also on the Common App.
And at the University of Dayton, I'm back, you guys. I had a little glitch there, but we are free to apply. The application is available. We are test optional, which means that the decision is all in your hands. You get to choose whether or not you want to submit your test score. So totally up to you what you would choose to do. The application process, it's super easy. You have the application, you have the essay, we'll request your high school transcript, a counselor recommendation, or perhaps, you know, a recommendation from someone that knows you well. You could totally send that as well if you'd like. And then we may also ask for those 7 semester grades if we need a bit more information in that review process for admission. We are on the Common App as well as the Coalition, and then you have the UDayton application. They're all the same. It's totally up to you which application you prefer to choose. One doesn't weigh more heavily than the other, so we just want to give you multiple options on how to apply for free to all of your schools.
All right, so now you've decided where you want to apply, what you need to submit. The next important thing is when you need to submit that information by. What are the important dates and deadlines? So for Sinclair, we just ask that you submit our online application prior to the start of the semester and the term that you want to begin. So if you're wanting to come next fall, we do allow students to apply as late as right before classes start. You can get registered all the way up until about that day before classes are beginning. But we encourage you to fill out your application as early as you possibly can. And since that application is available now, I definitely encourage you to fill it out. The earlier the better, because it's going to make it a little bit easier on you during that transition phase. It'll make it easier when you're meeting with an academic advisor to get into the classes that are still available. And it'll also make it easier when you're applying for things like financial aid and scholarships. And it's a little bit less stress during that process as well. So just making sure that you fill it out as early as you can is going to help make things easier for you.
Yes, as Justin mentioned, you know, signing up for things earlier is better, just so that you can get the things that you're needing. Mark your calendars, put a little reminder in your calendar of the priority deadlines and decision dates. Take a screenshot of this as well. But for the University of Dayton, our priority deadline is November 1, which means that you'll find out in mid-November about your admission status. And then our preferred confirmation date that you're coming to the university, that you've chosen to make UD your home away from home, would be May 1. So definitely make that you're visiting all of our schools and keeping in contact with us and writing in your calendar these important deadlines.
Wright State, we have some of the same priority deadline dates, decision dates, confirmation dates. We too have the priority date of November 1st. So between now, today, through November 1st, that would be the time to apply to Wright State. If you apply within that time, you meet our deadline date, and you will know our decision to accept you, admit you into Wright State by November the 15th, and then by May 1st, you can let us know and you can confirm your decision to attend Wright State.
Okay, so now you're probably wondering, what does the tuition and costs and fees look like at each of our campuses? Here at Sinclair, one of the things that we really pride ourselves on, as I had mentioned, is our accessibility, but also our affordability. Our yearly tuition for students, if you are residing in Montgomery County, is $3,780. The equivalent to that for per credit hour, if you're just wanting to take a class or two, is $126 per credit hour. That rate is actually the most affordable of any college or university in the entire state of Ohio. Even if you don't live in Montgomery County, if you live in another county in the state, you're still paying a really low tuition rate, and it's still one of the lowest in the entire state. So just something really important to keep in mind. Besides tuition, other fees that you want to look out for include books. So that number there, the 1176, is the estimate that we have for books for the year. And then you also want to look at additional fees that sometimes you may have to pay. We do have a one-time $20 registration fee for students that are registering for classes for the first time. One thing that I really like about our fees for our students is that you don't have to pay any parking fees. So when you're coming to our campus, you don't have to pay to park. It's nice, it's easy to get to campus. So there are just things that you want to check out, look on our website, see what other fees that may be not tuition related, but you may still have to pay. And then tuition guarantee, we do not have a tuition guarantee program, but I'll let my two colleagues talk a little bit about that.
So at the University of Dayton, our yearly tuition is $44,890, and that's for one academic year. For books, fees, and other supplies, we keep it really simple. You're just basically paying for tuition, housing, and food. There are no fees, so no workout fee, no miscellaneous fee, none of that. And we also give you a textbook scholarship. It's worth $4,000. It's essentially $1,000 each year towards the cost of your books. And we just ask that you file your FAFSA every year and that you visit campus. So that way you really get a chance to see, you know, your future home potentially. As far as the tuition guarantee, yes. The way that ours works is that the $44,890, that is the sticker price. And once we deduct out all of your scholarships and grants, you're left with the net tuition amount. That net tuition is what we're going to lock you into each year for the next 4 years. So you won't see any tuition increases. When you come in as a freshman, that amount that you pay will be the same that you pay in the subsequent years. Also, you know, we send you a 4-year outlook, so that way you know what the total 4 years are going to look like when it comes to tuition, housing, and food. You can really kind of map out everything that this investment will be.
So for Wright State, our tuition is just a little less than $10,000 for the year. You can see the tuition rates here. And it's just, like I said, just a little less than $10,000. It's $9,962. This is in-state tuition for the year at Wright State. We do have the books and supplies. Per semester, it's $700. For the year, it's $1,400. We do offer the tuition guarantee, so we will lock the tuition. We will not increase the tuition your sophomore, junior, senior year. We are not only locking the tuition, we are also locking the housing and the dining at Wright State.
Okay, so the next thing we'll talk about is financial aid and scholarships. I know those numbers, regardless of what they are, can seem scary at times, but all three of us offer really great opportunities to qualify for aid to help you pay that tuition. The first thing is the free application for federal student aid, which is the FAFSA. Every year, the FAFSA comes out on October 1st, so you want to make sure that you're submitting it every year. Our priority date for the FAFSA is March 1st. So that'll help you qualify for things like grants or loans. And then we also have scholarship opportunities as well. We have high school merit scholarships, which we take your high school GPA, ACT or SAT score to calculate a certain amount based on that. We also have College Credit Plus and Tech Prep scholarships. So if you're currently attending a high school and maybe earning some sort of college credit through a partnership with Sinclair, you can qualify for scholarship money that way. If you're unsure if your school participates with us in one of those programs and you're participating in it, definitely reach out to your high school guidance counselor. Feel free to reach out to one of the reps or myself in our office, and we can kind of help guide you. And then we also have institutional scholarships, which do require an online scholarship application. And if you're wanting to attend in the fall, that application becomes available typically in June. So June 1st, and then you have until the end of the month to submit that. That scholarship is also available for our current students as well. So you can submit that for the spring semester or for the summer as you continue to take classes at Sinclair to continue to kind of help cut down on some of those costs.
Yes, as mentioned, the FAFSA date is October 1st, so please make sure you put that in your calendar to get that done as soon as you can. Our priority deadline is February 1st, though, at the University of Dayton. So you have until February to fill it out, but I would urge you to do it sooner versus later. I wouldn't wait, just like filling out the application. Get it all done, so then that way when Thanksgiving comes, you are truly thankful. All your college stuff is ready to go, and you're just waiting to hear back from them. Now, when it comes to scholarship opportunities, we do provide academic ones, as well as federal and state need-based aid. There's also university aid, and then, of course, those external scholarships that you may be applying for that are independent of the university, but you can send them to whichever school you choose to call home. One thing I want to mention is that when you apply to the University of Dayton for admission, you're also applying for financial aid. So there's no separate application for that. It's all in one. We try to make it simple for you guys. You can get everything that you need right on. And then our scholarship deadline, again, would be February 1st. So try to get everything in before then.
We cannot mention enough about October 1st. That is the go date for the FAFSA. So start thinking about that FAFSA, start filling out that FAFSA. We want you to start that FAFSA October the 1st. We want you to meet our FAFSA priority deadline date, February the 1st. We want you to get the maximum consideration for aid. We do offer scholarship opportunities at Wright State. We have academic performance scholarships, how you perform academically, your GPA, your ACT, SAT test score. We offer need-based scholarship opportunities, financial scholarships are available, competitive scholarships where you are competing against other students, honors-specific scholarships if you're an honors student, if you meet the honors criteria, we offer these, and also housing. Since we have housing at Wright State and we offer housing, we want to also help you out with housing, and we offer housing scholarships at Wright State. Our scholarship deadline date is also the same as our FAFSA priority date. It too is February the 1st.
All right, so we actually just got our first question, and a student asked if Sinclair offers on-campus housing, which is a perfect timing because this slide is all about what it's like to live as a student on one of our college campuses. So at Sinclair, we do not have on-campus housing, but I do want to take this as an opportunity to mention a couple of things. If you are wanting to attend Sinclair, but you still want that on-campus living experience, we do have a really great partnership program with Wright State called the Right Path program, where you're actually able to live on Wright State's campus while still taking classes at Sinclair in downtown Dayton. And we'll talk a little bit about that partnership program here in a couple of slides, but I do want to mention that. But if you are wanting to attend Sinclair but live in downtown Dayton, there are a lot of affordable apartments and housing options in the downtown area. I've actually lived downtown for the last 4 years. I really love downtown Dayton. There are tons of free events and festivals that are happening throughout the year. If you are a foodie and you like restaurants, definitely no shortage of that. Tons of metro parks if you are a nature person. So a lot of opportunities, even if you aren't living on campus, to still participate and be involved in the local community.
Now at the University of Dayton, you will see that we have campus housing. You'll see some of the pictures down there below as well. But we have dorms as well as suites, so a little bit more space, and then real apartments and real houses that are on our campus. So they're fully furnished, really comfortable. You feel like you're at home. And we have about 85% of our students who are on campus or live on campus all 4 years. So that right there tells you that they really do see this as their home away from home. So you definitely have options to stay on campus if you choose. Now, if you are within the commuting distance, so that's within a 40-mile radius, that means that you could choose to be a commuter, which means you drive into campus on the days that you have classes, and you live at home and eat at home and all that good stuff. However, if you're not within that 40-mile commuter distance, then we do ask for the first 2 years that our students live on campus. And then after that, they can choose to live off campus if they want. But again, about 85% of our students stay on campus all 4 years. Now, our housing and meal plan costs are on the screen with a total of $14,580 for the first year. Again, as we send out that financial aid package over the 4 years, we show you what to anticipate from year to year, just so you can really be prepared in your planning.
So for Wright State, we do offer the opportunity for you to live on campus. We do offer campus housing. Currently, we have 3 dorm styles for first-year students. We have Hamilton Hall, we have the Woods, we have Honors. There's also the opportunity for our students to live in the apartments. The apartments that we have is Forest Lane, College Park, University Park, and the Village. And over 60% of our first-year students honestly choose to live on campus each year. For Wright State, housing is not required, but it is definitely recommended. We recommend that students live on campus, but we do not require it. We definitely have students that commute back and forth as well, where they're driving to and from campus. As far as our campus and dining costs, they are listed here. Housing itself is $6,670. The meal plan, and this is for the year, it's $3,878. Grand total is $10,548. Just remember that this cost and fee here is in addition to our books and supplies and our tuition.
All right, so as part of that college exploration process, I always encourage students to make sure that you are planning some sort of campus visit. Because to truly find your fit, you really do need to meet the people that are on that campus, meet the staff, find out what it's like to be a student there, because those are the people that you're going to be spending a lot of your time with. Now, obviously, we are living in a very unique time, and you might not be able to schedule a traditional campus visit like you have in the past, but all 3 of us do offer a wide variety of virtual campus visits. At Sinclair, we have an admissions presentation, which is more like a group presentation with other students, where one of our admission counselors will talk to you about background information about Sinclair, go over some of our majors, and then kind of give you an idea of what it's like to be a Sinclair student. We do have an online virtual campus tour that you can explore on our website. We offer one-on-one appointments if you need more of that detailed attention that might be specific to maybe your financial aid record. We can help you out with that. We have Secure Your Future events, which are actually specific to our different academic programs and majors. So you can meet representatives in those different academic divisions who can give you that really detailed information. We have a Fall Affair open house event that's coming up on Thursday, October 15th. That event is actually from 4:30 to 6 p.m. that day. It'll be hosted through Zoom, but you'll get the chance to hear different sessions. We'll actually break you out into groups during that event, try and have a little bit of fun as well, and you'll hear a lot of information about some of the majors and programs that you're interested in. For any of our virtual visits, though, just go to sinclair.edu/visit, and you can register for one of those upcoming events.
So at the University of Dayton, I encourage you to go check out our website, because all the information will be there about how to complete a campus visit, whether that's in person or virtually. We have an admission presentation already on our website, as well as a campus tour virtual, so that you can kind of get a feel of the university. And then maybe perhaps after that, schedule a one-on-one with an admission and financial aid counselor, where we can answer your specific questions. In addition, there's also academic appointments where you can meet with someone in the dean's office of your chosen major to maybe discuss the course curriculum or their experiential learning opportunities, or how they incorporate studying abroad within their program. We also have multicultural appointments, as well as a multicultural visit day. We have our open houses that are coming up soon as well. So please mark your calendars. We have it for September 27th, October 18th, and November 1st. And then we have a lot of other events that are on the way as well. The open house is just a great way to kind of get a better sense of the University of Dayton. It's just like a UD day, essentially. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out to me or visit our website at udayton.edu/visit.
And for Wright State, we are currently offering virtual opportunities. We have the admission presentation led by one of us admission representatives, admission advisors, admission counselors, folks to talk to you about the admissions process. We do have the student-led campus tour. We also have the student-led tunnel tour. If you did not know, we have 2 miles of underground tunnel to offer at Wright State, and we take you through the tunnels on the virtual tour. We do offer those one-on-one appointments if you would rather talk with one of us one-on-one. If you'd rather talk with a faculty member one-on-one, we offer that to you. There's academic exploration. So maybe you want to check out in more great detail about the programs that we offer. So for those business programs, education, engineering, liberal arts, nursing, science, and math, performing art programs, we offer that. Coming up in October, next month, we will also have our Raider Open House event. We strategically want to have that event in October before our November 1 deadline date. We will also offer for next month as well in October, inclusion events for minority students, underrepresented populations, our LGBTQA community. If you want any information about all the visit opportunities that we have to offer, our website is here. It is wright.edu/visit.
All right, so one of the last things that we'll talk about before we turn it over to you all for any questions that you may have are our pathway programs. Now, I'm a little biased. This is probably my favorite slide because if you are a student and you're deciding that you want to attend Sinclair, we do have a lot of opportunities for you to transfer to a four-year school and get your bachelor's degree, and to make sure that that transfer process for you is as easy and as seamless as possible. So we have university partnerships with quite a few different colleges and universities in the state of Ohio. You can check out all of those college campuses and who we have agreements with at sinclair.edu/partners. And really what that means is that if your education end goal is to get a bachelor's degree, we are going to make sure that when you leave Sinclair with that associate's degree, that your credits will transfer to that four-year school, and that you're not falling behind in your coursework and your curriculum, and you're still able to reach that education goal that you're trying to achieve. Two of our more popular programs are with the University of Dayton and of course with Wright State University as well. The reason why these two programs are so popular is because you get a lot of the same benefits that you would receive as a University of Dayton student or as a Wright State University student, but you're just taking classes on Sinclair's campus. So for both of them, you get access to academic advisors to make sure that you're staying on track. You get resources like you are a student on those campuses. And then just a lot of great opportunities. If you are interested in those, the transfer contact on our campus is Kimberly Collins. You'll see her email there and then her contact phone number. Feel free to reach out to her. We also have a lot of different virtual transfer events online as well, where you can explore some of those different options. And then I'll turn it over to both of my colleagues, and they can talk about their specific programs.
Great introduction, Justin. He just told everything for us. Like, we're done. Love it. Yes. So with the University of Dayton, I mean, just like Justin said, your class is already mapped out for you. So it's a smoother transition to go from Sinclair to the University of Dayton. Classes transfer. You already feel like you're a part of our university because you're active, whether that's you're active in an event on campus, or you're a part of an organization, you're eating on campus, you're meeting with your academic advisor at UD. Like when you come to campus, you'll jump in and you'll feel like you're already at home. So I think that transition piece is so helpful for students. And you're right on track towards graduating and getting that four-year degree. Some other benefits about the University of Dayton, of course, we have that tuition we have for all of our students. So our academy students, we have something very similar to that as well. I mean, the first 2 years you're at Sinclair, you're paying Sinclair's costs those first 2 years. But when you come over to the University of Dayton, depending on when you enrolled into the academy, you're locking in that particular year's tuition rate, which is really awesome and helps to save some money again. Also that scholarship as well as other scholarships for transfer students. So it's a really great opportunity for students who are looking at getting a UD education at perhaps a more affordable cost. Great opportunities at Sinclair and also at UD for students. We have our transfer 101 appointments as well. Julia Thompson oversees that program. Her information is up here, so please definitely reach out to her or myself. We'll get you on the right path to where you want to go. And that was not supposed to be for Wright State, right? Yes. But no, I love it. You got great opportunities at both our institutions. We're here to help you as you transition.
So thank you, Shira. That was a perfect segue for our partnership that we have with Sinclair. Our pathway is Right Path program. And this is where students honestly get the best of both worlds. They can take classes at Sinclair and they can live here at Wright State's campus in our housing. We do have an awesome transfer point of contact, Lucas Abramowitz. Here's his information here, email, phone number. Again, this is a great screen, folks, if you want to capture our information, our websites, our phone numbers. Definitely have this information. Reach out if you do want to start at Sinclair and transfer either to UD or Wright State.
So our takeaways, before we get to questions, some things that we want you to remember. Apply now because it's free. So again, I'm going to say that again. Apply now to all three because it's free. Okay, that might have been cheesy. Anyways, but seriously, please apply. It's free. We are test optional, so it's totally up to you whether or not you want to submit your scores. We understand this year has been a little crazy with trying to get that done, so we will help you. We'll take whatever you send us. In addition, we have our priority deadline November 1st. We have our decision date, which is November. We have our FAFSA deadline, which is February 1st. So please make sure you get that FAFSA done as well. That is how you get financial aid from a lot of universities. So it's really important to get that done. Ideally, how I mentioned it earlier, fill out your application and fill out the FAFSA at the same time or very close to one another just to get it done. And then you'll truly be thankful for Thanksgiving because your college stuff is done. In addition, we have our confirmation date, which is May 1st. That is our preferred deadline that you decide on which school you're going to call home for the next 4 years. We also have our virtual visits, so please connect with us. Learn more about your major, learn more about the school, what life would be like at Sinclair or Wright State or at UD. That connection, I think, is really helpful as you're making this choice. Explore the majors and programs. Talk to the academic dean's office. That's what they're there for. They're here to help guide you and really figuring out what your vocation is. What are you called to be? So definitely connect with them. Also view our residential campus housing. If you're on campus or if you're taking one of our virtual tours, you'll be able to see how it looks like. Again, very comfortable and beautiful on both campuses. And then of course the city of Dayton, you have so many options there as well to live. And then schedule your one-on-one appointments with an admission counselor or an academic unit. So we're here to help you kind of navigate everything that is admission and financial aid. We are your folks. So definitely take a screenshot of this particular page so that you have our contact information, you have the takeaways. And with that, I'm going to stop talking and leave it open for any questions that you guys may have.
Before we get cut off, I just want to say, folks, thank you so very much for attending this session, Finding Your Fit. We know that you could have gone to any session, sat through any session. You chose to sit through ours. So we definitely, again, take this time just to simply thank you. We appreciate you. We're grateful for you. And it looks like we have a question in the queue, Justin.
Let's see. Oh, I have an answer to that a little bit, unless somebody else wants to. Hopefully you have a Gmail account or Yahoo account, something with a calendar, even a paper one. Put the dates in your calendar of when things are due, because with the Common App, you can apply to 10, 20 different schools. That's a lot to research to figure out what's different about them, what's unique about them, when their due dates are. It's a lot that's going on. So I would suggest picking your top, handful of schools that you really are passionate about and write down all the deadlines of when things are due. have a solid essay, have somebody read over your essay, tell us more about who you are and what makes you awesome, and just tweak it a little bit for all the different schools that you need. And then I would just say, breathe, take a breath. You got this. Just take a moment to breathe through it and keep a good calendar. Show yourself some grace as you're navigating through this, because we're all navigating through this new normal a little bit. And you have 3 people right here who have got your back. Reach out to us. We're here to answer any questions and help you just navigate or just kind of bounce ideas or things off of. So, you know, as any, I don't know if I can necessarily speak for every university, but our job is to be here to help support you in any way that we can towards achieving whatever your college or career goals might be.
And I also want
that
to
answered.
And I also want to piggyback on that. Utilize your guidance counselors. They have done this, been there, done that with other students. They will help you balance as well. They are right there at your fingertips. Definitely utilize them for their knowledge, skills, and abilities, your guidance counselors.
Yeah, and it's actually been about 12 years, I think, since I graduated from high school. I don't usually like to admit that, but I would say another thing, you know, it's your senior year. Find ways to hang out with your friends. Still enjoy that last year. Like, yes, college is a really important decision to make, and that can be stressful at times. But find ways to de-stress. And to really enjoy that last year that you have, because you only get it one time. And then it looks like we have another question. Do the Sinclair credits transfer directly over to Wright State? Yes, they do transfer to Wright State. You just want to make sure that you are talking to advisors at both campuses. That's why that Right Path program is really important as well. Because if you're in a program that maybe Wright State doesn't offer, then that would be a little bit different. It may not necessarily transfer directly to that program. So you want to make sure that you're choosing the right program at Sinclair, and that Wright State also has that degree. And then that way it'll be easier for you and your advisor to map out a plan of what classes will transfer to that 4-year degree.
Looks like we have a few more minutes. Are there any other last questions that anyone is burning to ask us?
One last thing that I'll say before we leave, since there aren't any questions, is I've really enjoyed doing this presentation with both Wright State and the University of Dayton. And I think that this is just a great example that all 3 of us, no matter where you decide to go, we're there to support you. And at the end of the day, like, we'll be open with you, we'll be honest. If one of us feels like, you know, that another school is a better fit for you, or if, hey, like, if we don't have a major that you're interested in, but another school does, we'll tell you that, because at the end of the day, like, all we want is for you to be successful and for you to succeed and to make it in that career that you're interested in.
100%. I couldn't agree more. Got a great team. So glad that we got to work together and be able to offer this to you guys. You've got 3 different colleges, all colleges, for you. This is going to be your, and there's all kinds of paths that you can get your degree. So we're here to help navigate that.
Alrighty, thank you so much for participating. On the screen, you'll see that you'll have a short survey to answer after this. We would encourage you to sign up for more sessions, and then also you can find the recording for this also at oacac.org. Thank you for being here with us.